Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and fellow and clubs. A warm welcome to meeting number 193 of the Toastmaster Club. I am Mohan TMR, your SAF for today. I am sure you are excited. Our meeting will be blocked for 2 hours, as you are expected to stay entire duration. Before we start the meeting, I want to highlight some key points. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Order should be on only when you are called up to speak and need to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible to abstain from expressing any conversational views on these sensitive topics. Also, argue to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and spirit in ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertone create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. Let me now call upon the presiding officer for today's meeting, DTM Nancy Goel. She is working as a senior data analyst and certified image consultant and personal branding coach. She is the president of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club.
Thank you. Can we welcome everyone with a round of applause? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Mohan, our Sergeant at Arms. With this, I open meeting number 193 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our members, distinguished Toastmasters, and our guests. With this, I would like to call upon our guests who are joining us for the very first time today to come forward and talk a little bit about how did they get to know about Gabbys, who brought them to Gabbys, and who they are, right? Quick 30-second introduction. I don't see anyone new in the online meeting room. Let's start with the people present with us in person.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yashwant. I'm a marketing professional. I got to know about this club from Mohan. He's actually my colleague. He works in another team, but I just got to know that there is a club, Toastmasters Club, and where we can practice communication skill. I think the reason is that I feel that with being communication, enhancing communication skill could help me in terms of career progress, in terms of, yeah. So I'm excited to be here today and see you all in action.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yashwant.
Thank you.
Welcome to the meeting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Toastmasters, that's our guest. I see no more guests in the meeting. With this, I would like to talk a little bit about Toastmasters for the benefit of our guests. This is not an organization which just started yesterday or day before yesterday. It's a 100-year-old organization. It started in 1924, but it was started by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who, just like this, a meeting room with a couple of people started talking about public speaking, and eventually it got spread to almost 100 plus countries, opening up 14,000 clubs, 14,000 plus clubs across the entire world. So that's about Toastmasters. When we talk about Toastmasters meetings, every meeting in itself is unique, yet we have got the same structure. The structure of the meeting, our Toastmaster of the day will talk about. Our Toastmaster of the day, who is a Toastmaster of the day? It's an MC who will be driving the entire event. However, before I talk about the MC, our MC today has brought us a very unique theme: biases. When we talk about biases, biases could be conscious, subconscious, unconscious biases. Biases are strong. Biases could be subtle. But one thing about biases is that the biases are per se pervasive. These biases, whenever I think of how biases can really become unjust, leading to unjust outcomes, it brought me to the Arjikar incident, something that we have recently witnessed. And this Arjikar incident that I'm talking about, this incident has been extremely horrific, and we at the Gabbys want to raise our voice. We want to ask those right questions to challenge the biases which are prevailing in the system. To ask those right questions, we have planned a meeting on 31st August. This is going to be a special meeting. We will be conducting this meeting in the same facility, 91 Springboard, but it's going to be taken upstairs in the open area. This meeting is about reclaiming the nights, reclaiming the rights, right? And we will be having a panel discussion, table topic session. I'll take a moment for members who have just joined us to settle down. Yes, this room is a bit overcrowded. You can take this chair. Apologies for this. The members in this meeting are trying to settle themselves. I'll just take one more moment for them to settle down.
That's it.
You can already see the commotion in the room. Are we good?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. Can we settle for the PO address at least? Yes, there goes some special seating here. I think now you get people in the room. Coming back to the announcement that I was making on 31st August, we are going to have a special meeting where we will be asking the right questions to curb all the biases that might be prevailing the system. These questions would be about safety of women. These questions would be about raising our voice against the unjust practices which are happening. We will be having a panel discussion and table topic session. Table topic session would be more about bringing the stories, the thoughts that you all have, that you all carry. And the panel discussion would be about having a doctor, a lawyer, policeman, and a teacher into the podium on the stage where we can ask them the questions about what's happening around. So this is what we are going to have on 31st of August. I invite you all to be there because we all want justice, right? That's one announcement. Second announcement that I have is about a new addition to the Gabbys family. We have got Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra, who has just joined us. Toastmaster Pushpak, welcome to the Gabbys family. He is our 101st addition to the Gabbys family. We all welcome you with a round of applause.
Thank you. Myself, Pushpak Mishra. I'm a chartered accountant.
Yes, a quick 30-second introduction about yourself.
So I'm a chartered accountant having 5 to 6 years of work experience in corporate. In finance domain. I'm currently working with Levi's. Before that, I worked with TCS, I worked with Flipkart, I worked with AXA. So this is all about my corporate journey. My hobby is playing cricket and listening music.
Now it's going to be public speaking as well, I assume. Welcome to the Gabbys once again. Thank you so much for a quick introduction.
I was planning to physically present, but my health was is not well today, so that's why I'm connecting virtually.
That's completely fine. I hope you have a wonderful meeting ahead. With this, it's time to talk about the Toastmaster of the day. I have already talked about the theme, so I'll leave rest of the points for the Toastmaster of the day to talk about the theme. Our Toastmaster of the day today is someone who's extremely enthusiastic and diligent. These are the two words that come to my mind whenever I think of him. An ex-Toastmaster of Toastmasters Indranagar Pride, ex-president of Toastmasters in Indranagar Pride, and ex-treasurer of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Punith C K.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. So before I start, I have a questions. Before that, I hope some of you had a nice breakfast. I have a question for you guys. Let's dig into find the origin of some foods. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah. Does anybody know the origin of sambar? Karnataka?
Tamil
Nadu?
Actually,
Next.
Maharashtra. Sambar was somewhere in Maharashtra, I think.
Then Kerala,
Punjab.
Calcutta, Punjab. What else?
Chennai.
What else? Okay, all okay, all states came. Okay, let's not go over all countries.
New York, Chicago.
Okay. Now coming to Italy. What is the origin of Italy?
Spain, Gujarat.
Gujarat.
My grandmother claims she invented it, honestly. So, not
Okay. I think let's get into the answer first. The origin of sambar is Maharashtra by Maratha ruler Sambhaji, and the origin of idli is Indonesia. Why it is? I will come to that later.
Something new for you.
I didn't even know this.
Next, among these two pictures you see the black circle, which one appears to be a larger one? Left one or the right one?
Both are
Right
same.
one.
Right one?
Same.
Both are same.
Both
Okay.
are not same.
Both are not same.
Both are same. Both are same.
Both are same.
I think you people are smart, majority. So both are both are same. Actually, the reason is that majority of the people, for them, it appears to be the left one is larger. Because I will come. You might think this is because of lack of knowledge or lack of information, but I say it is bias. The biases is something, this error in thinking that leads to wrong judgment like this that we did in before. Coming to the origin of sambar, we might have heard the sambar from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, South India. So that's why we might feel like, okay, it is from South India or Tamil Nadu. The coming to the Italy, and we felt that it is from the South India, but it is actually originated from Indonesia. In the same way, there are so many biases that that leads to a wrong judgment. We make a wrong decisions. Why it happens? Our brain tries to simplify the information processing simpler, and along with that, in book, the Think Fast and Slow. According to this book, we have two systems in mind. The first one is unconscious mind, fast, lot of energy, use less energy, and like we don't need to think much. It takes care of a lot of work. Coming to the second system, that is a conscious mind, lazy, it takes a lot of energy, but accurate compared to the unconscious mind. But majority of the decisions that we make, all are done by the unconscious mind. It does because our brain are wired to process information fast at the cost of accuracy. There are a lot of biases. Today I may not cover all, but I will list down the biases that I felt it is worth sharing. The first one is the ostrich effect. That means avoiding negative information or feedback just because we don't feel like we want to listen to that. It can be, I don't want to check bank account because I don't want to see the expenses I've made. Like if you want to consider my example, the example here, the initial days when I was giving the speeches, there was a recording. I used to hate watching my recordings because it creates an actions like I have to do something. I don't want to see my recording. Like that was the ostrich effect. Then coming to the spotlight effect, it means thinking more that others are observing us, are watching our mistakes. But the reality is the people are busy on their own stuff. They don't think, they think more about themselves than others. And understanding the reality that helps us being not anxiety. The coming to the next one, reciprocity, and this one I felt interesting because it's the feeling of obligation to do something because someone gave me something. For example, you want to buy something from a store where they provided the free sample, and that is called reciprocity. And there are so many the biases like this. We are going to discuss about that, and I have prepared a quiz, and please wait for that. Coming back to the Toastmasters meeting. Typical Toastmaster meeting consists of the three sections: prepared speech, table topic session, then evaluation session. In prepared speeches, members prepare their speeches well in advance according to Toastmaster pathway curriculum, deliver the speech here and get feedback. The second one is table topic session. Here, members and guests get an opportunity to speak on stage and improve their impromptu speaking skills. In Gabbys, each speech attempted will get a feedback by the table topic evaluator. The coming to the evaluation section, the one thing the Toastmaster guarantees is learning. Learning happens via feedback. In Toastmasters, we give more importance to the feedback, and that's why we have an evaluation sections, and it will be conducted by the evaluation team, and it will be led by the general evaluator. Let me now, to know more about evaluation sections, let me now call upon general evaluator of today's meeting. Just give me a second. Yeah, today's general evaluator, she is a go with the flow and a joyful person. She's always been a people person, so enjoying her place as an HR and image and soft skills trainer. Beyond the 9 to 5 hustle, you will find her dancing, reading, mind-binding books, exploring new places, or experimenting with the different foods. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Yogita and General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Punith, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. Our theme for today is biases, something that subtly influences our thoughts, action, and might be our evaluations. As the general evaluator today, my role will be to observe the meeting with as much objectivity as possible, setting aside any biases to provide fair and constructive feedback. I'm already on it from the start, and let me tell you all, I'm not doing this alone. I have a fantastic team of evaluators and role takers who will assist me in making sure we all stay on track and make the most out of this meeting. Let me introduce to you my TAGL team. First up, we have our timer, Toastmaster Shubham Somani. Toastmaster Shubham hails from the colorful state of Rajasthan and is a chartered accountant with over 5 years of experience, currently working with Daimler Trucks Group. He resides in Bangalore with his wife and has a passion for traveling, exploring diverse cuisines, and playing badminton. Toastmaster Shubham, could you please introduce your role and tell us how you will help us keep track of the time today?
Sure. Thank you, General Evaluator Yogita. So good morning, everyone. I am timer of the day. I'll be noting down time for all the formal speeches, table topics, and also evaluations. And I'll alert of the time what the time is left using green card, yellow card, and red card, which denote specific times remaining. So for today's speeches, first speech has time limit of 4 to 6, and second one is 5 to 7. So for first speech, once 4 minutes are over, I'll raise green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I'll raise red card. And the second one, once 5 minutes are over, I'll raise green card. At 6 minutes, yellow card, and 7, red card. And for the evaluation, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, yellow card, and 3 minutes, red card. I'll present my report at the end. Thank you.
Okay, and just to add on for the table topic evaluation, The time limit would be 5 to 7 minutes, 5 minutes green card, 6 minutes yellow, and the 7 minutes red card. Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham, for a wonderful explanation of your role. Next, we have our R counter, Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya. Toastmaster Sreehari is a mechanical designer engineer at a robotics startup, an avid reader and a fitness enthusiast. He has joined Toastmasters to improve his social confidence and expand his network. Toastmaster Sreehari, could you please share us how you will be helping us catch those filler words?
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am the filler word detective today. So, you see, in the pursuit of becoming better speakers, we sometimes fall into the trap of filling our speeches with sneaky little fillers and phrases that adds clutter to our speech and distract our audience. So, what are those phrases and filler words? First, filler words consist of and the second one, inappropriate interjections like and, well, but, so, you know. The third, the use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Fourth, repetitive words or phrases in the form of this means. Fifth, unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers. At the end, I'll share the report on how we all did. So let's keep those R's and ums in check. Over to you, General Evaluator.
All right, so now we know we have everybody who's monitoring even our R's and ums. This won't be counted, Toastmaster Sreehari. All right, so next we have the grammarian for the day, and that is Toastmaster Mukund Joshi. Toastmaster Mukund is a finance professional working as a director at Cape Gemini. He has been president of Smedley Speakers Society twice. He has a deep love for reading and public speaking and is currently learning golf. Toastmaster Mukund, can you please introduce your role and share the word of the day with us?
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is ecstatic. I repeat, the word is ecstatic. It means feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement. If I have to use it in a sentence, it would be, the speakers in a Gabbys Toastmaster meeting are greeted with cheers of ecstatic members. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report to Madam Toastmaster. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukund, for sharing the word of the day and your role. So now we know the word of the day is ecstatic, and I would urge everybody to use in the meeting. Finally, the last member of my TAGL team is the listener. We have our listener, that is Toastmaster Rishi Rabindranath. Rishi is a lively student from Indonesia, and he's currently pursuing his MBA in Bangalore and a recent US CMA. He enjoys singing, playing instruments, and scuba diving, and serves as the president of the Indonesian Student Association in India. Rishi, could you please explain how you'll be keeping us on our toes today?
It's on.
Right. Thank you, General Evaluator. Today I will be listening and drafting the questions to test our listening skills. And be sure to listen because I'm listening every single thing here. Thank you. Over to you.
But he is writing it small.
Okay, so that is our team for you, and we all are here just to help us be a better public speaker and do well in the leadership roles that we are aspiring to be. That's the reason why we are in Toastmasters. Now, I'll present my report at the end of the meeting, once called by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogita, for the comprehensive detail about evaluation. and also introducing introducing the evaluation team. Now it's time to get into the first section of the meeting, that is prepared speech sections. We have two speeches in this section from Gabbys. Coming to the first speech. The first speech is from the presentation mastery pathway, level 1, project 2, evaluation and feedback. The purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the club meeting. In this speech, he present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. This speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Aparna. Can I confirm if Toastmaster Aparna is here?
I'm here, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. Now coming to the first speech. Coming to the speaker, he pursued his bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering at Agni College of Technology, graduating in 2011. Following that, he earned a master's information security and computer forensics from SRM University in Chennai. With over 9 years of experience, he currently holds the role of supervising associate in cybersecurity at Ernst & Young, based in Bangalore. He is coming up with a speech with the title, Why Cybersecurity is Crucial for Today's Business. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Michael. Why cybersecurity is crucial for today's business? Why cybersecurity is crucial for today's business? Toastmaster Michael, over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Michael Joshua, and I'm going to talk about a topic called why cybersecurity is crucial for today's business. Imagine you're hosting a live party for a Diwali, and you're decorated your home with beautiful lights, prepared delicious foods, and invited all your friends and families to your home. But before the time the festive begin, you discover that someone has sneaked into your home and messed up all the decorations, and they took all your sweets and the foods, whatever you have prepared. And you left trying to fix everything before the guests coming. So think that your business is like a Diwali party, right? Cybersecurity is ensuring that your home is secure from uninvited guests who ruin the celebrations. Okay, so there are the growing threats are happening in today's world. Think that you are in a busy railway station and you're watching that someone is trying to pickpocket the passengers. It's like the thief in the middle of the day and try to steal the money. So in the digital world, cyber threats are like similar to hackers or just constantly watching to steal the valuable information that you do have. For example, if someone hacks into your company's database and collect all your valuable databases, so what would happen, right? So it's like a growing threat, right? So you need to protect your customers' data. So business needs good cybersecurity practices over here to protect your customers from digital pickpockets. Okay, so the financial impact, how this goes. Remember that you have some old TV that sometimes it broken down, and you have to spend a lot of money to fix that. It is like an unexpected expense. So it's the same like cyber attack can feel in your business. Imagine you have a company and the data gets hijacked and you have to pay ransom. The hacker is put in front of you. If you don't pay the ransom, you won't get your data. And you never know, even if you pay that money, whatever he has, whether he would release your data or not. So here, your business gets stuck, the data all are compromised, and then the downtime costs a lot. Okay, so here investing some money in cybersecurity is like a maintenance of your TV, right? And the next thing is like following the rules. It's like you take a cricket match or football match, they are playing without the rules. How that looks like? It's completely messed, right? It's similar to that. Cybersecurity rules are like a game for the business, like GDPR, CCPA, or many things else are there. Okay, if you don't follow that, that leads to the hefty fines as well as it damage the reputation of the company. Okay, so it's crucial to follow the rules of cybersecurity. And the next thing is keeping the customer's trust. Imagine that you have a saree that is very costly and you lend that saree to your friend. When she return it back, it torn and then stains are present. How that looks for you? You trust her, but the way she returned to her is made you to upset. It's similar to that in business as well. Like the customers are trusting the data and giving to you. But if you mishandle those data and if you don't secure that, how that looks like? The customers won't trust you. You will lose the loyalty and trust from the customers. So ensuring the smooth running of the business comes into picture here. Okay, think you have a kitchen here, and the kitchen, everything is organized. But someone comes into here and then made a mess and made a chaos. And when you enter into the kitchen, you are unable to cook readily. So that it makes all the confusions. It's similar to like cyber attacks are like uninterrupted, like unprecedented situation. Some guests are coming up and then made all the chaos. So it just like that, a Diwali decoration unguarded. So in this digital world, cybersecurity is very much important to safeguard your business and don't leave your business vulnerable in today's digital world. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Michael. Today we live in the world where we can't leave house without a mobile, and we can't even conduct a meeting without using a technologies. And your speech definitely, the cybersecurity is very important, securing our systems. Your speech highlight the importance of how to secure our system. And thank you. Now let's move on to the next speaker. The next speech is from the Pathway Leadership Level 2 Project 1. Project name, Managing Time. The purpose of the project is for the members to observe his or her time management patterns. The members may choose to speak about a time management exercise he or she completed during the project. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about any topic. This speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Paduka. Can I request Toastmaster Paduka? Are you there? I see you are there.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, thank you. Now it is time to call the next speaker. She is a dentist specializing in periodontology. That's a fancy talk for germs. She runs her gums, sorry, not germs. She runs her clinic since last year. She also handles her Instagram page called dentist_Dr. Nupur, which educates people regarding oral health. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Nupur. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Can you please tell my topic? You forgot to tell my topic. Heading. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share your title? It's a speech title. Heading. Headache. Okay. Toastmaster Nupur. Headache. Toastmaster Nupur.
No, this wasn't the topic. It was
Okay.
I do, but when.
I do, but when. Okay.
But when. Can
Let's
you please
start.
pin the timer?
Okay, can you repeat the title?
I do, but when?
Okay. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Nupur. I do, but when? I do, but when? Toastmaster Nupur, over to you.
Can you please pin the timer? So how many of you take almost 10 minutes every day to do some sort of self-care? I'd love to see some raised hands in the chat box, or you can just simply raise your hand if your video is on. Yes, we can see Toastmaster Mukund. Some sort of self-care or exercise or something that you do for yourself to relax yourself, your time, which is just your time. No one else does something? Even for 5 minutes, yes, we can see Toastmaster Nancy, Toastmaster Shubham. We can see all of you. Toastmaster Paduka, Toastmaster Michael, yes. So I am one such person. I love my skincare routine, and that relaxes me. So I have a huge 6-step skincare routine, which I would do every day. I would use jade rollers, I would ice my face. Anything new on the market, I would try it. But everything changed after marriage. I didn't even have time to wash my face then. Why? When previously also I had 24 hours, afterwards also I had 24 hours. Yeah, during after marriage you have certain additional responsibilities, but that didn't mean the time changed, right? But I just couldn't find any time for myself. I felt that after marriage nothing would change, and boy was I wrong. After marriage, not only do you have additional responsibilities, but you have the added mental pressure of you need to please everyone around you. At least I did. I felt like I have to make everyone around me happy. My house has to be clean. Everything has to be freshly prepared. And in that whole process, I started becoming very irritable, and I started screaming at everyone. You know, if even if a piece of paper was out of place, I would be like, pick it up, it's getting dirty, which is not okay, right? So I kept on doing that till one day someone put a book in my hand, and that book was God sent, and it was called Atomic Habits. So I hate self-help books because they are so boring, and I would never, I would begin them, but I would never finish them. But this particular book, I did read it through and through. And one takeaway that I loved was that it told me to do micro changes. Normally when I wanted to change something in my life, I would make a timetable, wake up at 5 o'clock, sleep at 8 o'clock, you have to eat healthy, you have to exercise, and you have to work hard. But this focused more on sustainability. It focused more on continuing your habits. So it focused more on making tiny or micro changes. So the next day, what I did was at 10 o'clock at night, I went up to my bedroom and I had a simple 3-step, 10-minute skincare routine. I cleaned my face, washed my face, applied moisturizer and my night cream, and I kept it at that. But taking those 10 minutes helped me relax, because everyone relaxes in a different way, right? Some might relax by reading a book, some might relax by scrolling through Instagram. Everyone has a different way. Another thing I had noticed was that my screen time, which was previously just half an hour, had gone up to 5 hours. Because after marriage, I had started feeling very lonely. I felt like I was surrounded with strangers. Even though that was not true, I had dated my boyfriend 5 years before tying the knot. So I was not surrounded by strangers, but I had started feeling that way. So the next thing that I did was not reduce my screen time, but I started doing something that all our parents collectively tell us to do: wake up early in the morning. I didn't wake up too early. I just woke up half an hour early. And sometimes it would be half an hour, sometimes it would be just 5 minutes early. And I started meditating. That is something I started doing for myself to reduce my irritability and my anger. So this 5 minutes or half an hour would vary what sort of meditation I would do. I would either do some mindful meditation, sometimes I would chant mantras, sometimes it would be a 5-minute hurried YouTube video before I hurried off to work. But I made that effort. Doing these little things for myself helped me and made me calm down a little bit, stopped my irritability. I stopped being angry at everyone around me. The next thing was obviously my friend circle was in a different city and I had married in a different city, so I was feeling lonely. I started making time not just for myself, but I started making an active effort in making friends. How did I do that? I joined Toastmasters. So I met like-minded people here who were all hardworking, who were all busy, but every week, 3 times a week, we took some time out of our life and we met. So this was another way of making friends, feeling less lonely. I also started planning my days better. I realized that is something that just happened. I would, prep my meals beforehand. If didn't make an active effort to do everything, I just let go of certain things. If it's not happening, it's not happening. I would hire someone if I felt that this is something I cannot manage. And I did these things and it did help me a lot. So I would love to conclude by saying that time management is an oxymoron. We can't manage time. Time flows at its own rate. We manage ourselves. And the best thing to manage yourself, what you can do is find out your problems. For me, it was feeling lonely, feeling irritable because I was not able to take certain time for myself and relax after the entire day. So doing meditation, taking the 10 minutes and doing some sort of skincare helped me a lot. And then obviously, after knowing those problems, you have to solve them. After you have solved the majority of the problems, you will find that everything falls in place, you become calmer, and you will ultimately feel ecstatic about the whole thing, that you have done something for yourself. So time management is not something we can do. It's an oxymoron. You have to learn how to manage yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. And I appreciate you recalling, you reminded me about a one quote that I like, teeny changes, big impact. Then I also like the book Atomic Habits, and I recommend everyone to read it if you want to build an habit. If you want to build it, we have to build it with the conscious, otherwise it creates a biases. With that, I hope you all enjoyed the prepared speech sections. How was prepared speech sections? Very good. Super. Thank you. Now, before moving on to the next section, can you take a short 5-minute break? Now the time is 10:43. Can we come back by 10:49?
We will have to come back by 10:49.
Yeah, I have to come back.
Yes, all of us. We will be back by 10:49. Can you hide the spotlight?
Let's give some time to settle down. Okay. I'll back to the meeting. Okay, I have prepared a quiz for you guys. Be ready, be sharp. And this is how it goes. I will share a situation and you have to identify the bias that fits the situation, the best fits the situation. How many of you know the fox and the crow story? Huh?
Yes, we know.
We know? Everyone knows? Crow. Story. You know that, right? Okay, if you don't know, if I want to give it a shot, the fox praises crow for the cheese, and the cheese is in its mouth. So after prizes, the crow started singing, and it loses the cheese. Okay, here the thing is, the crow accepted the prize without questioning, and wanted to believe what it did. Is this? Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yes.
Any other?
Same. Which one?
The Parks and the Crowster.
The crowd story.
Yeah.
Spotlight.
Gradient.
Spotlight.
Genie. Genie. No. Okay, I will share that.
Ask which effect?
Okay, the answer is confirmation bias. Here,
You're all wrong.
I am right. Yeah, here the confirmation bias is people only notice things that suppose what they already believe. Let's go to the next one. Let's assume you go to the doctor and the first doctor says you have a 10% chance that you will die. You feel sad and you go to the next doctor. Okay, many people smart. Why is framing? Okay, why framing?
So the image he says, whoever will frame it as you will live 90% or something like that. It's all in the framing basically.
Correct. The answer is framing. It means influenced based on how information is presented. Let's go to the next. You go to movie.
Fallacy.
Huh?
Sunk cost fallacy.
Because they are
Explain
they are paid
the problem.
They are giving money and they are very sad, but now they can't go because they have paid 500 for each ticket.
Okay.
It's something, online we're kind of feeling left out, you guys. We can't see the screen. Online, we're not able to see the screen. Is there a screen shared?
Yeah.
Spotlight.
I can see Aparna.
You can? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see too.
Yeah, I can also see that.
Aparna, can you see now?
It's a FOMO bias.
Okay. Yeah. The students are very smart. Without asking a question itself, they are able to answer.
Okay.
Now let's move on to the next question. When I initially started my investment, I didn't invest because I was last version.
Risk aversion.
Yeah, that is correct. Fear of losing something motivates more than potential.
Wrong. Teacher shock.
Yeah, I should have prepared very complex questions. Okay. Then this one. Okay. All of you know bandwagon effect?
Yeah.
No, I will explain the problem then. Found my way. Okay, I purchased my mobile because all my friends purchased the same iPhone. Okay, because people do something because others are doing it. That is called bandwagon effect. Bandwagon. That's the answer is correct. Yeah, that's it. Now let's move on to the next sections, that is table topic session. Now it is time to call table topic master, and this section is going to be okay. Kamal Jain. He is a chartered accountant, born and brought up in Gwalior. He finished Polytechnic Engineering Diploma in IT before CA. He worked in Airtel, Tata Motors, Samsung, Daimler Truck. He is passionately curious, investing his free time on equity research and political knowledge. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Kamal Jain.
Thank you. That is the ostrich effect.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So a famous scientist has said, logic can take you from point A to point B, but imagination can take you anywhere. Yeah, good. So a warm welcome to most challenging and joyful session of Toastmaster meeting, that is table topic session. I am very ecstatic for that. Are you?
Yes.
The table topic helps to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. It helps in train to people quickly organize and thoughtful on topics.
This is yours.
Yeah.
This switch off the camera because
Okay, it is double done.
The view is not appropriate.
What is his bias?
I tell you outside.
Okay.
Spotlight bias.
So table topic helps to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. It helps in train you to quickly organize and express your thoughts on topic. You can think of table topic speech as a mini speech with an opening and a body and conclusion. The speech will be evaluated by a table topic evaluator. So at the Gabbys, we believe in today table topic evaluator is Arsheen. She is already in room. At the Gabbys, we believe in giving opportunity to those who are keen to participate. You can show your willingness by raise your hand. I will invite members and guests also can participate in table topic session. Each speaker will get 2 minutes of time. You need to speak a minimum of 1 minute and finish your speech in 2 minutes to qualify for polling. Timer will show you green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, red card at 2 minutes. You will get additional 30-second grace to wrap up your speech. So can we start?
Yes.
So first speaker can we take from online?
Yeah, we can start from offline also.
Okay. Okay, so can you, anyone interested to take up first topic?
Gaurav.
Yeah. Come, Gaurav.
That's a challenge. You can speak from there.
It's better from camera.
Take the stage. Can we have a round of applause for Gaurav?
I got it. So Gaurav, your topic is biasness is not a dirty word. Biasness is not a dirty word.
Okay.
Yeah, biasness is not a dirty word, right?
Yeah. You have to change something.
Yeah, to an extent, I think biasness is a dirty word. It depends on what, under what circumstance you use it. Let's say at a workplace, biasness is a dirty word because, people have to be treated with their skills, not the way, not where they come from, not the gender, not their age, or not anything. So let's say at a workplace, people do pretty much the same work. In that sense, I think biasness should not be there because, the person has to be valued based on what they do. And when is biasness used? When can it be, applicable? It can be applicable, let's say, based on the stage of life they're in. Let's say, in terms of experience. So, yeah, it's fine. Actually,
you continue.
Yeah. So let's say experience, right? So it can be taken in a sense wherein based on the age, which means people with high experience, let's say your grandparents, they can be biased into a place wherein they can tell you stories. Whereas your parents, they can be biased in terms wherein they can be there only for lectures, right? Which means it can be biased based on what feedback they can give you in life. So that is what I wanted to say. And also, it is based on the feedback people give you in life. So I cannot make good, info into this, but yeah, I think it's time. Thank you.
For
Yeah, so
technically,
Gaurav-
which will give 30 seconds of grace.
Yeah, 30-second grace we need to do that, not very soon.
So Gaurav told us almost everyone's story. Parents are mostly biased from society and they influence us as well. It's true. So who will be the next?
Shravanti and grace.
Shravanti.
Online.
Okay. Shravanti, for you, topic is political bias ruins relationship. Political bias ruins relationship.
Is it ruins or rules?
Ruins.
Ruins. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Greetings to wherever you are. I wanted to actually take the first one and just talk about bias, but I'll address the political bias ruins relationships. I say political bias may or may not ruin relationships. And the reason I say that is we could all entertain different kinds of biases, and bias is nothing but a preference, right? Not all bias is bad. And that's exactly what I was going to say in response to the first question that was asked. If we did not know bias, we wouldn't know good from bad or this from that. Right? I wouldn't know to connect the dots and unmute my unmute button on my phone. Unconscious bias is not all bad, and unconscious bias is something that helps us process the information that is around us. It helps us connect the dots. The mind can actually process only 40 pieces of information consciously, but 11 million unconsciously. So if you think about unconscious bias, the only way that we're able to process or make sense of the world around us is because of unconscious bias. But when it goes on to produce negative, unproductive outcomes, that's when unconscious bias becomes bad. So bringing it down to whether political bias actually ruins relationships, I say it could or could not. It depends. It depends, right? So I could have a bias based on my lived experiences and what I think is right or wrong, or what a political party or a candidate or any kind of notion stands for. So that does not mean that I cannot find my way and use the right tone, word choice, and make a logical argument to put my point across. So in my own household, I think, we have several people who are on one side of the fence or the other. I live in the United States, so you might say I am Democratic. My husband is right in the middle. He's a moderate. My kids are pretty liberal, right? So you could say we have some healthy debates, we disagree, but that does not have to ruin relationships. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Shravanti, so you shared your personal story. It's a very good part in every speech. So third speaker can be from Presiding, Yashwant. Hi. So your topic is, it is better to be influencer than rich. It is better to be influencer than rich.
It's better to be influencer than rich.
Influential.
Influential.
It's better to be influential than rich.
I'm trying.
Which side do you take? Start from there.
Do you agree or not?
Better to be influential than rich. Yeah, I think I'm on the side of being influential.
Being influential. So
I
I agree with this statement.
I agree with this statement.
Now give us the reason why you agree.
I agree with the statement because being influential, you can earn money along the way, right? With your right connects and being influential, you can get your work done. So it won't be an issue. So being rich is one thing. I mean, in some time of the time, if something happens and you don't have the money, you're not rich anymore. But like having those connections along the way will help you sustain and, of course, be rich to a moderate level.
Lovely. Now give us an example of someone you know or your own example someone who has been influential but not much, has been able to survive after being not able to think really rags to riches story. Anyone using connections? I don't remember. So it's okay because sorry. Good. Thank you.
It's not difficult. Okay. So who will be next? Anyone from online?
Yeah, we'll take one online.
There is, I guess, yes, Subhasim.
Just like.
Can we take
Punam Jajulia is from Nepal. We had from one from US. So let's have one from Nepal.
Yeah, Poonam, are you interested to take topic?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, good. So your topic is, it is difficult to be completely unbiased in age of social media. It is difficult to be completely unbiased in an age of social media.
I feel it depends on you. To some extent, you have to follow your instinct. To take the example, I would like to take the example of APJ Abdul Kalam and his best friend Ramanath Swastri. APJ Abdul Kalam, he felt that biasness with his teacher because Ramanath was Hindu and APJ Kalam was Muslim, and they both sat in one table. Every day they sat in both bench. And once that teacher came and he shouted at APJ Abdul Kalam, "How dare you sit with the head priest's son?" Because Ramanath Swami was the head priest's son of Shiv temple of Rameshwaram. But when this head priest came to know about this thing, he scolded him. He scolded that teacher that you can't bias children. Like if at that time, this biasness was looked like a not acceptable thing, then how can we say now it's acceptable? According to me, it's not acceptable. If I know if I am being biased to someone, I don't feel satisfied. And the satisfaction is more important than anything to me. It's my perspective. So in these days, there are a lot of things which we can't avoid. But what is your moral? What makes you right? That matters the most. Over to you, table topic master.
We give a very good example of Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is, I think, role model for everyone. Next speaker will be from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Non-more takers in the room.
Yeah.
Abhishek.
So Nandan, I think. Next.
No, please go ahead.
Next.
He's able to give me talk. Yeah, give priority to non-voting.
Sure.
Because we have a lot of people to.
Yeah, Nandan. So your topic is negative bias is a state of mind. Negative bias is the state of mind.
Negative bias
is just a state of mind.
Bias is something negative bias in the sense.
Whatever you think, you don't need to go with whatever. He just said a statement. Agree, disagree, trash it, whatever. Don't trash him. That's the yeah.
Okay, I can understand what bias is, but negative bias and positive bias, I don't think so. There is any kind of bifurcation in that. So bias is something like, see, I have two kids, a girl and a boy. So if both of them are together and they've done a mistake together, so what I do is I give them punishment together, and the punishment is going to be same. I'm not going to differentiate saying that it's a girl, it's a boy. So if something is there, they will both take it equally. So for me, if bias comes into picture, it's like, my son will definitely come back and ask me, why have you given her less punishment and why more to me? So this state of mind should never come into when you're dealing with kids or be anybody, even between your parents, right? You might be though close to your father and not your mother. So when you're giving them a call in the evening, you need to ensure that you need to speak with both of them. You cannot just call your dad, say hi and close the call. Speak literally the same amount of time. Ensure that both of them have been asked whatsoever with all the questions that you have, but ensure that you're dealing with both of them in an equal manner. So it's there everywhere, be it with your colleagues, be it with your juniors, be it with your seniors as well. So you speak more with your seniors and less with your juniors. That is where the bucket list comes into picture. So ensure that you're dealing with everyone in a proper manner, rather than having some thought saying that, okay, interacting with somebody will fetch you something. So that is my take on this topic. Thanks.
So negative bias is tendency to pay attention to negative information more than positive information. The next speaker.
Shubhashini has joined. Shubhashini, you want to give to Shubhashini. Shubhashini Joel.
We have already done 5. So okay, it's okay. Yeah.
Can you ask if she's there?
Yeah. Shubhashini, are you there? Shubhashini,
Yeah, I'm there, yes.
are you ready to take a topic to attempt a
Yes.
topic? Okay. So your topic is pre-existing beliefs shape our perception of new information. Pre-existing beliefs shape our perception of new information.
Yeah, very true. I don't know if it's a boon or a ban because many a times, personally, I skip to listen to people because I somehow have a preconceived notion about somebody, either the information that I learned or the information that I probably, thought about them. So many a times I happen to be a bad listener. So I think it is important for us to clear the slate, be a learner, learn and learn and all of that, while it's very hard for me personally to practice. So bias also is one of the preconception that we have probably about a person on a previous incident that we had with a person. I can tell a number of stories based on that, but just for an example, I have a precedent when I was serving as a vice president, and this woman always want to make things very hard for me in the sense like she has multiple choices and she always want to do things a very different way. So every time she calls, I know there is some problem that she's going to bring, which is not really important. And I'm be like, what? And I always want to deny her suggestions until one day I realized immediately she will call and say, the problem is not about between the two of us. It's about the matter. I just want to resolve it because our relationship is more important. And there is another incident where I just was there and she was so loving. She was so caring as a friend. And somewhere I just understood that sometimes I pick the call with a preconceived notion, which makes me think even a normal matter to be a very cumbersome, matter. So I think I'm somewhere in the process of learning to unlearn, not always go with the preconception. Sometimes it helps in terms of, being alert, but not all the time. Sometimes you're, also wrong. So I think the journey is something which will make us smart human beings, I think. Thanks for this topic, table topic master. I think bias is such a confusing thing because we are all biased. Bias, without judgment, none of the humans can exist or operate. I think the way we use the bias, the knowledge that we have gained from the earlier incident, I think the way we use it makes us wiser, I think. With that, I'll give it back to you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Shubhashini. So
I can take next and the last one.
actually, I've seen also in this.
So what I'm saying is because we have got more people, no, let's give it to people who don't have our own Rishi also has a voice.
Not Rishi, but I've also. Okay. So DTM Saurav is on stage now. So your topic is.
Why are you scaring me?
So your topic is biases help in mental health treatment. Biases help in mental health treatment.
One of the topics that we heard is that biases are not always bad. Biases are not a dirty word. And that's absolutely true because the topic that was given to me now is also absolutely true.
Biases help in mental health treatment, biases help in manipulation, biases help in making things done the way you want them to be done. One of the dirty secrets that I would want to share with you from the leadership world is that biases are used to drive decisions that we want us to drive. Have a look in this room, right? You will know that there are so many people standing, right? So this picture goes out and people will say, oh my God, the Gabbys meetings are so popular, people don't have a place to sit. 5 times we share this picture like this, we deliberately take a small room, make people stand, and then put up the pictures out there saying that our meetings are so damn popular, people don't get a place to sit. This will create a FOMO, a bias, the fear of missing out. This will create, and then more people will say, did you go to the Gabbys meeting? Yeah, I did. Is it true they don't have place to sit? No, they don't. People are waiting to sit. Oh my God, that's a confirmation bias. This is what leaders use to drive decisions. We do it at Toastmasters as well. Why do you think that the meeting posters are given out and then suddenly I saw a message a short while back, 40 plus people in this room? Why? They want to tell the other people who are not on that 40 that see what you're missing out on. The same biases are used by psychiatrists, psychologists, healers, because biases that you already have, particularly the unconscious ones, if you're able to discover that, you can use that to give a sense of reassurance to yourself. And you can also coach people to use those biases when they're dealing with other people. If I know I already have a confirmation bias, I would be very mindful when I'm taking a decision. So that is why biases are a very useful instrument in healing as well. Thank you.
Another example of live example, we can see in social media, we can see many things which is different from reality. So it's a kind of biasness. Next speaker is also from room, Abhishek.
This is the last one. 4, 5, and 6.
Hi, Abhishek. So your topic is bias towards beauty may has darker side. Bias towards beauty may has darker side.
You're not married.
I am
You want us to stop the recording?
Let's give some time to think, please. Silence.
I don't agree. So I don't agree with the topic that bias with beauty
may has darker side.
No, it's not, and may not result in darker side. I will take my personal example. Okay, my wife. So it was love at first sight, and when I was studying in 12th, so and then I married like after doing MBA, 3 years after doing MBA. So I waited for 15 years. Okay. Although it was only the beauty that made me fall in love, but after talking and spending so much time in 15-year duration, I came to realize that beauty is fine, but she is like beauty with brain. Okay, and later I started falling in her brain. Okay, not the beauty. Beauty is always fine. So yeah, so based on my personal experience after marriage, I came to know other hidden talent of her. Like she is a very good cook. Okay, apart from doing job, she manages your housework. And she do the time management better than me. So these are the things that I came to know only after falling in beauty. Okay, so yeah, so biasness towards beauty may not result in darker side. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah, so you seem truly lucky to have all this in one person. It's good. So here I end up my session. Hope you enjoyed, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamal. That was a compelling and interesting sessions. The one thing that I wanted to prove with this bias topic is all of us should agree. We all have biases. We like to be like to be unbiased, but we can't reach that state. From this table topic session, I got to know many of us agree with this statement. I think the purpose of this theme is met. Thank you. And now it is time to move on to the next sections. Next section. To get the return of the time that we invested here, please put your hands together to welcome General Evaluator Toastmaster Yogita Upadhayay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Punith, and good morning once again. I hope you had a beautiful meeting and everybody enjoyed your time. Now we'll be starting with the evaluations for the speeches. The first evaluator for speaker 1 is Toastmaster Aparna Raja, and she would be evaluating Toastmaster Michael. Aparna is a passionate speaker, a hippie at heart, a loving mom at home, and an entrepreneur by choice. She brings a unique perspective to everything she does, and I'm sure her evaluation will be very much insightful for all of us. Aparna, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Michael. Toastmaster Michael, I thoroughly enjoyed the hook you had at the very start of your speech. Imagine you're at a Diwali party. You had me at that. So I'm going to start off by telling what are the things that went really well for you and what are the things that you can work off. So for me, this was what went really well. The hook, the example in the form of a hook, that was very interesting. And not just that, you had these examples all throughout your speech. And that is wonderful to have. You had several of them, Diwali parties, there was the spoiling of the sari, they were, ruining the kitchen and so on. These examples made it very easy for us to understand the concept of cybersecurity because not everyone is from that technical background, right? So telling us what it is to have that kind of a problem in the business world and giving an example which is very relatable worked really well. And you had ample examples all through your speech, at least 5 of them that I could count. So this was really good. And I think this is a technique that you have to hold on to. What other thing that really appealed to me is you're just beginning your speech journey, right? And you did this thing where you didn't overload us with information. Normally, people who come from a technical background, we tend to give a lot of information because we want to share it. We're excited about it. But what we don't realize is not everyone is that excited about those topics. So you did something very smart, which is just give us 3 simple pointers, which was uncertainty, keeping trust, unexpected attacks, and things like that with the right example. So you just kept it to 3 points. And I think that kept the speech light. And we were all relating to it. We were able to follow you all throughout your speech. And I think that's a very smart thing to do. So the rule of 3 worked really well in your speech. Now, what is it that you can work on? A few small tips, right, to start off with. When you start your speech, there is no need to say, hi, I am Michael Joshua and my topic. You don't have to say that because that effect is lost. This happens because the spotlight effect, someone puts a spotlight on you, you immediately don't know what to say. So what I will tell you is before any speech starts, before your speech, always just rehearse the first line that you're going to speak. Always do that. Okay, the first few lines and then come on camera and do, you can start right away. It just flows off and then your thought process comes into place. It's easier. So do this when you start your speech. Start with the hook itself. But the biggest thing that I felt that was missing today in your speech, and this is just a learning, right, is the what's in it for me. Any speech you give us, okay, you have to make it very clear to the audience, why am I talking to you about this today here? We are a mixed audience. We are not your colleagues. We are not in your cybersecurity team. This is not a cybersecurity meetup. Why are we hearing this? I'll give you an example, but this is an informative speech and we all liked it definitely, but you'll have to establish that. You can tell us in this world of digital, in the digital era, so on and so forth, it is important to know what happens on the other side of business. And I'm going to share that with you, something like that. Let us know, why are we hearing this from you today? Establish that. That was what was missing predominantly in your speech. So other than that, liked it. Great examples, 3-point rule. Just don't introduce yourself and make a very strong what's in it for me. With that, back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. That was indeed a very well-structured evaluation with very clear recommendations. You have highlighted the positives and provided constructive suggestions in a very balanced manner. Great job. Toastmaster Michael, although Toastmaster Aparna has all the points covered. I will just try to give a few recommendations from my end. Firstly, I noticed that the camera angle was not properly synced. I mean, maybe the eye contact was not properly synced. Your eyes were a lot here and there. So maybe we can work towards that direction. And though it's an informative speech, still we can work on incorporating more vocal variety, as in like the pauses, right? A small pause wherein you're saying, imagine a second or two, and then you could have continued. Overall, I loved your speech. It was a very strong topic and engaging speech. And I even loved your conclusion wherein you told how well we can take the things forward. Okay, so can we have a good round of applause for our speaker and the evaluator, please? Thank you. And now we have a second speaker. We have a second evaluator. That is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. She will be evaluating the speech by Toastmaster Nupur. Paduka has been a dedicated Toastmaster for over 4 years and is currently serving as the VP membership of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. She's also the past area director of Area B1, District 92, and has over 14 years of experience in the automotive segment as a project manager and a solution architect. Paduka's wealth of experience is here for us to know what is in store for Toastmaster Nupur. Over to you, Toastmaster Paduka.
You do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your system. By James Clear. Rise and shine, Gabbys. Dr. Nupur is trying to convey such a kind of a message through an insightful speech on the time management from the essence she got from the Atomic Habits book. In a very calm and composed manner, she sort of delivered to her personal experience. Well done, Dr. Nupur. So I would be evaluating based on your content and your part. The first coming to the content part. So you like more of engaging the audience part. Well done on that part. And also the sandwich approach where I say sandwich approach over here a theory which is coupled with a practical or personal experience, right? Which we to commit. However, since your level 2 into the next level, right? So I want a little bit critical towards there, a bit abrupt is the transition, right? So you started off with a part throughout the body, were getting few examples here and there and all, but abruptly concluded as well, right? So it's more of the one part of the prepared speech of the content as well. So even you told theoretical experience, theory experience part, tough to see if also summary in your conclusion, right? So very impactful. So the speech I was looking, what's the message that Dr. Nupu's speech? Right? So that is something I will look for. Even though all the content, the idea was fair. I would love to see you could more. Also, for example, you were repeating about loneliness after marriage life, but also mentioning some impactful lines, like the power of small wins, right? Like throughout consistently, when it is sort of etched into the audience mind as well, right? So that will again give a very impactful power to your speech as well. So this work, and because that is one part in the prepared speech. Everybody can come out of practice one. This is with respect to your content. And coming to your delivery part, eye contact on the point, calm, composed, related stuff, all good, no hesitation, you were cool, and then it was you're sort of comfortable as well. I could see that. So well done on those parts. But the recommendation again, one is the gesture, because your camera angle was not right. So the gesture was not seen much. Specifically in the online, it will be very difficult. And number two, the voice modulation, right? Like, for example, when you started out, you say, how many of you, right? So that would create sort of an. So overall, you're already on the way to ace the public speaking skill. But with more practice, I'm sure you will, one day you'll be at the top of the public speaking as well. Over to general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paduka, for this detailed evaluation. It was indeed a very crisp and structured evaluation. And yes, you have covered almost all the points. Only a feedback for you is that we can keep timing in mind while giving this evaluation. Like we can start the recommendations part when the timer shows us the yellow card so that we finish it when it is on the red. All right. Coming to Toastmaster Nupur, yes, I loved your speech. Your speech was very, very good today. You tackled real issues with practical solutions and ended with a very powerful call to action, reminding us that change lies within us. So yes, it was a very clear and an impactful speech. Kudos to both of you. Can we have a round of applause for our speaker and the evaluator, please? Okay, thank you. And now we have the table topics evaluation. And for that, I would like to call upon the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Arsheen. Toastmaster Arsheen has recently joined Salesforce and she loves reading and writing poetry. Toastmaster Arsheen, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the day, and welcome to all of you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Kamal. How you related the word bias with all the topics you gave absolutely swept me off my feet. Some of these topics, I was bustling with energy because I wanted to speak on that topic. So kudos to Toastmaster Kamal. Let's start with speaker number 1, Gaurav. Gaurav, you came on stage and the one thing that was applaudable about you was you took some time. You thought about the topic. It's very rare to see a person standing here amidst the chaos and being the calm in the room. I was seeing that you were thinking about the topic in your mind, and that is commendable. And then, without any help required from the room, you started talking about the topic, and you talked about your topic was biasness isn't a dirty word. You paused, you started, and you then explored. You broke down the topic and you talked about what you think the topic meant for you. And along the ride, I was also thinking about it. So yours was a very logical sort of speech where you were exploring the topic along with us. The next time, if we want to take this to another level, frame a bit of an opening, a body, and a conclusion in your mind. Think of an example because we fall short of time. The time generally that we can stretch up to is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So a personal story would help elongate that and it would help make that even better. And people would be instantly hooked to you because you're talking about a personal story. So kudos to you for taking that first step and thinking about the topic. Let's come to the second speaker. I believe it was an online speaker, Toastmaster Shravanti. I loved your topic, first of all. Political bias ruins relationships. It was a banger topic. And I was really intrigued by your antithesis, anti-take on the topic. You said, do I really think it ruins relationships? Let's explore. And you took us on that journey of exploration. It was like I was listening to an Indian Express editorial article because your speech was so intellectual, so filled with such good points that I could take so much from that topic. A thing that you could have done the next time better was that I really wanted to see you. You had such good voice intonations. You were going up with when you were driving across a point and then you were going low as well. But I wanted to really see you. So next time, if it's possible, putting on a video actually helps us connect with you better. And conclude your story. What was the point that you were trying to drive across? I would really like to know at the end, what did you think of the topic? And does it ruin relationships or does it not? The speaker number 3 is Toastmaster Yashwant. Your topic was Toastmaster Yashwant. Yes. Yeah, guest Yashwant. I'm just confirming the person. Yeah. Is it better? It is better to be influential than rich. Your topic was that. So I really love when Gabbys comes together and helps a person actually talk about the topic because you had it all in you. Do you know that? You had everything inside your head. As soon as people started pepping you up, you had it in you and you wanted to speak. It was just that, when someone comes on stage, when they first come on stage, even today when I come on stage, I'm still shaking. I'm still shivering. My hand, I have to sometimes hold my hand like this because I want to say the next thing without, stumbling. So you had it all in you. You just have to have that cognizance that, yes, I can think of the topic. This room does not have to intimidate me. And I can just explore the topic. I can just break it down and try to understand what it is. I can break down the terms influential and rich. And what do I think of these two? And when put together, what do I think of the topic as a whole? And you could put a bit of a story inside it. Maybe you don't have a story that completely attains to the topic, completely relates to the topic, but you can think of something that comes close and something that happened to you in your life. And that will help you reach that 1 minute 30 or 2 minute mark so that you can qualify. But great first attempt. You should try more because we want to listen to the thoughts that come in your head because they're very different and very new. The next speaker is Toastmaster Poonam or guest. Poonam. Toastmaster, okay. It is difficult to be completely unbiased in an age of social media. You know, Poonam, I love it when people are ready to speak about the topic. I love it when they just want to speak and they're full of energy and full of thoughts and they want to come here and talk about that topic. You were ready for it, you explored the topic, and I could actually see the vulnerability and the journey and the traverse. You were traversing your thoughts and I was on that journey with you. And the most difficult thing perhaps is to give historical examples. I don't remember any of the history that I studied in school. You gave such good historical examples and you had a very logical relation of the historical example to the topic that was given to you. You explored the fact of how whether it is good to be completely unbiased or bad. But I would have liked if you would have also come back to the topic a little bit because the topic was it is difficult to be completely unbiased in an age of social media. So you talked about an age that was long gone by, but I wanted you to come back and relate it to the age of social media. Now, is it good or is it bad? And you could have concluded with that. Let's come to speaker number 5, Toastmaster Nandan. Negative bias is just a state of mind. Again, I really like it when speakers actually question the topic itself. You said, I don't think negative bias exists. You talked about the fact that there is a difference between bias, negative bias, and positive bias. And that's a very good way to cover up time and as well speak on the topic. So you explored that topic with us. And then you gave a personal story. Personal stories relate to everyone the best. In a hierarchy, if I would say personal story hits the best, then you explore the topic and then you have a opening, a body and a conclusion, and you end it with a message. So how can we make it better the next time? We take a little bit of time. When the topic is given to us, we take a little bit of time. We think about how we will relate a personal story to it. How can I open with something that actually gets people hooked? And then give a personal story and give a message at the end of what that topic, what was something that you learned from the topic and what can everyone in this room take away. The next speaker was Subhasini, sorry. Your topic was pre-existing beliefs shape our existing judgments. You applied it to yourself. And again, you became vulnerable. You said that I have also been in that loop where pre-existing beliefs and biases and preconceived notions have shaped how I talk to people. You gave an example of you being the VP and one person. It was an amazing example, actually. I could understand the topic a little better and I could understand how it could have been taken into that direction. The framing could have been a little better because I was confused what is coming next. And I was confused, is there a message at the end of it? The next speaker was DTM Saurav. Your topic was biases help in mental health treatment. What a theatrical opening. Whenever you say dirty secret to tell you, these are words that catch people's attention. They instantly want to listen to, oh, I want to know what that dirty secret is. You talked about how biases can be driven by manipulation or how manipulation can drive biases. But 1 minute, 30 seconds into your speech, I was wondering if I heard the topic right, because your direct correlation to the fact that mental health treatment is done with the help of biases came a little bit late into the journey, but better late than never. You then brought all of it together and you told us how mental health professionals, psychologists, psychiatrists use that to treat any kind of mental health disease, how biases are used in that. We can learn a lot from how Toastmaster DTM sort of frames his speeches, the way he comes on stage, the intonations he throws at us, the theatrics he does in this room. It catches people's attention. So we should learn the fact that you can start with a very intriguing thing, because the first 7 seconds are actually the ones where people actually want to listen to you and they register what you're saying. Then you bring in a personal story. Then you bring in a personal message. And at the end, you tie all of this together. The last speaker for today was Abhishek. I loved your topic, first of all. Bias towards beauty may have a darker side. And again, you took an antithesis. You said, I don't think it has a darker side. And I love when someone questions the topic itself. You drove across a point in humor, but you drove across a very consequential message. You said that I don't think beauty has a darker side. In fact, in your life, beauty was something and bias was something that helped you land on someone who had brains and who had so much more than just beauty. So I loved how you explored the anti of the topic and you came across a message at the end. But it would be good if you can take a little bit more time and give 1 or 2 more examples that will make you a very well-seasoned, well-balanced speaker. And at the end, then you can drive the message across even better. Yeah, that's it from my side. I would like to hand it over to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Yogita.
All right, can we please have a round of applause for our table topic evaluator? This is a very tough task, evaluating 5-6 speakers within the time limit, although I think the time limit was not met. But it's a very tough task to manage, and you did it exceptionally well, keeping every point in mind and sharing your feedback in a very detailed manner, and everybody could relate to you. Kudos to you. Now, table topic master, Toastmaster Arjun, you did a great job selecting topics. And they were very well aligned. Is there any... Hello?
The table topic master was Kamal.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, so the table topic master, Toastmaster Kamal, you did a great job in selecting topics that were aligned with the theme, biases. You explained the process clearly. You kept a good connection with the speakers, like even at the online and offline speakers. That's a good thing. One area of improvement could be that when we are selecting topics for the first time speakers, as we have this thing in our mind that maybe there might be guests and there might be first time speakers. So we can go slightly easier on the topics. Topics were definitely thought provoking, but we need to ensure that everybody in the house is feeling welcomed and comfortable. So it helps boost the confidence. Overall, very well done. I loved your section. Okay, now let's move on to my TAGL team for the evaluation. So yes, Toastmaster Shubham, please share your report.
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Yeah. Do you have the rights? Okay.
Yeah. So everyone is qualified except 2 evaluators, Paduka and Arsheen. Paduka has exceeded 9 minutes, 3 minutes 30 seconds. She took 3:39. And Arsheen took 9 minutes 20 seconds, almost more than 1 minute for every table speaker. Thank you. I share my report in this.
Okay, thank you so much. Only one recommendation I have for you. So it's a good job. This is a very crisp report and on to the point. But in the initial, when we are talking about the role, it can be more effective if we show the cards while we are explaining our role, right? The visual cue also helps everybody understand the timing signals better. Also, we can include the TTE evaluation timing in the beginning and only. Apart from this, everything went well. Now, the R counter, please.
Yogita, one quick call out. TT we don't disqualify because TT is not technically a timed role. It's like the TMOD or the GE. So
Yeah.
it's only the evaluator to disqualification. TT is not disqualified.
Okay, all right. Noted. So the table topic evaluator, because it's a it's a Herculean task, if I may say. So definitely she can, any table topic evaluator cannot be disqualified. Nonetheless, can we please move on to the second member, the R counter, please? Can you please share your report? Sreehari Acharya.
So we have had a quite filler words, filler sounds. Even I myself am very guilty of that. Just my very introduction has couple of had filler sounds, so that's something that I need to work on. And other than that, Upadhayay, Kamal Jain all did a fantastic job. They hardly had any fillers outs or phrases. And when it comes to the table topic, Shravanti, Poonam, Sauradatta, Abhishek all gave a fantastic speech, and having hardly used any filler sounds is like just a cherry on cake. So that's about it from my side, and over to you, General.
All right, thank you so much, and good work done, everyone. We are not very good with filler words, but we escaped the crutch words as a group altogether. So kudos to everyone on that, and thank you, Toastmaster Sreehari. Next, we move to the grammarian of the day. So, Toastmaster Mukund, please share your report.
Sure. Can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Please let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Okay. Okay. Before I start off with my report, I would like to say that there was very good usage of English in today's meeting, and I was having a very hard time noting down everything that was being spoken. I tried my best to note down whatever I can, because even I was also listening to speeches and listening to everybody speaking as well. So if I have missed out anything, my apologies on that. So coming to the word of the day, ecstatic was used by two members, Dr. Nupur and Kamal Jain. Let's hear a round of applause for them, please. Now, coming to some good usages in the meeting, these were some phrases and sentences that I made note of. Book was God sent. Time management is an oxymoron. Tiny changes make a huge impact. Logic can take you from point A to point B. Imagination can take you from anywhere to anywhere. Conscious bias helps connect the dots. Learning to unlearn. Some very good usage there. And then coming to rhetorical devices, rhetorical question, there was one which I made note of. You had it all in you. Do you know that? So there is no answer for that, but it was a rhetorical question that was asked. There was an anaphora. I couldn't note it down in full, but it goes like this: biases are used in X, used for X, biases are used for Y, a bias is used for Z, etc. So there was an anaphora as well. The proverb, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That is one proverb that was used today. Hyperphora, how did I do that? I joined Toastmasters. A question and an answer coming together, the hyperphora. There were no rule of threes that I could make note of, nor were there any metaphors. Some recommendations. My health is not well, could have been I am not feeling well. Being not anxiety could have been being not anxious. How that looks like could have been how does it look. Makes all the confusions can be creates confusion. Your speech highlight XXX could have been your speech highlights XXX. Biasness could have been just bias. So that's my report for today. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukund. It was indeed a very detailed report. And yes, when you're playing a role of a grammarian, everybody knows we have to keep our ears all the time active. So yes, the TAGL team is indeed a very difficult job, I must tell you. Excellent word of the day, though, including me, many of the people couldn't use it. But I'm sure your insights will definitely help us to manage our grammatical errors in the further meetings. Thank you. Now we have the last member for this role, that is the listener. Can I please have the questions that are coming our way?
All right.
From Toastmaster Rishi, yes, please.
All right. The time has come to put each and every one of us to the test. So my first question is, what's the event that Toastmaster Joshua used as an interpretation to open his speech?
Diwali party.
Awesome. Second question is, how many steps was Toastmaster Nupur's old skincare routine?
Yes.
Six.
Six step.
Who was the quote quoted by sorry. 1 second. Yes. Sometimes you just couldn't read your own handwriting. That's the case. How many thoughts can the mind process consciously, mentioned by consciously?
10 million.
Consciously.
40.
I think 40.
4 or 6.
43 or 40 something like
I personally heard 4 million, but it may be 40.
40 consciously at a time.
Toastmaster Shravanti.
Okay, Toastmaster Shravanti, can you confirm, was it 4 million, 40 million?
Consciously, it can only process 40, and consciously at any given moment, it's actually processing 1 million, 10 million.
All right. And then coming to Toastmaster Shubham, he mentioned how long did it take him to wait for his wife?
15 years.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's all the code. Right. Sorry? No, I'm not. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rishi. Only one recommendation for you. In the initial, when you were introducing your role, you could have expanded a bit more on the role. Now we can see how well you are engaging with the audience. Your questions were excellent. And I certify that we were 70% good listeners. Nonetheless, coming to the overall meeting structure. Overall, it was a very interesting meeting. We can see everybody enjoying and everybody listening, paying attention so much. The meeting started on time and all role takers were punctual. However, the sergeant at arms, I felt the start was a bit hasty. I recommend you can slow down a bit and ensure you can make an eye contact with the audience to establish a connection from the beginning. That is how the energy is driven, although it went well. The meeting went well even without that, but still that's a recommendation for you. The PO did a wonderful job welcoming guests, sharing the club's history, giving us a brief insight into the theme along with important announcements. Coming to the TMOD, I absolutely loved the theme. You started with an intriguing question related to food, which I did not anticipate pertaining to the theme that you brought. You managed the agenda smoothly. I think we are managing the agenda smoothly till now. And you were very interactive. You kept smiling throughout, maintained a wonderful energy. However, only one recommendation, that you were constantly moving, perhaps due to the slideshow in the initial, but later on also, even when the slideshow was not there, you were to and fro. So avoiding too much movement and balancing the engagement between in-person and online attendees could be better, and it could enhance the overall experience. Now, apart from this, I have pretty much given my evaluation on everybody. It was an interesting meeting with a very thought-provoking theme. I enjoyed the table topics, and it's very nice how creatively our speakers, even though the topics were a bit difficult, they could speak and they explored the idea of biases. Kudos to everyone for your hard work and to the team behind the scenes who made this meeting possible and fun. Let's keep up the great work and continue striving for best. Over to you, TMOD, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogita. And that was an valuable in the evaluation session. I got valuable insights from this session. Thank you for that. And I hope you all enjoyed the today's theme, the speeches, the feedbacks, and whatever the takeaways that you have. And with this, I hand over the stage back to presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Punith. May we have a round of applause for all the role takers who have taken up seats today, come forward and made this meeting happen. Yes, thank you so much. Well, it was a wonderful meeting on biases. I hope you have got the link for you to vote for the better role takers for today's meeting. Please keep your biases aside. That's a sincere request. Any affinity bias, recency bias, or confirmation bias, or any other bias that you have in your mind, unconscious bias, keep it aside and vote for who you think has performed the best today, as per you. All right, with this, let's hear it from our guest. How was the meeting? I'm sure our guest in the meeting today would say, especially in-person guest would say that they are seeing people standing here, keeping that aside because that's where I'll ensure that next time onwards we'll have a bigger room. This time it was not available, but next time we'll ensure that we get a bigger room. Apart from that, any other feedback from the guest here? You'll come here, sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah, so I was saying, I mean, it was a great experience coming here, and only thing I was a bit stuck at the start, and everyone really helped me gather and continue speaking. I think what I understand is that there should be a structure in terms of speech when I'm approaching a speech. So I got to learn a lot today, and yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback, Yashwant. May I also hear it from our online guest? We have got.
Only Shravanti is there now. Shubhashini was there, but she has left.
Okay.
Shravanti is there. DTM Shravanti.
DTM Shravanti, a quick feedback from your side.
I did come on camera just because you asked. I'm almost falling asleep. I have 3 trainings to deliver tomorrow. So I was sleepy enough and I said, what can I do? And I just logged into your meeting. I love the theme of bias, and it's a area of my interest. And that's why I was really excited. So thank you. This was energizing, wonderful preparation. That's what I really saw, is that all of you leaned in, prepared for your roles, and truly stayed committed. I know we're all at different points in this continuum of our journeys, but what I really saw was that commitment to your roles, to your accountability, to your personal preferences, and how you showed up and did your roles well. So kudos to all of you. I hope I can join again. This is not the first time I'm coming in, but I hope I can attend again. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the feedback. I must say the FOMO bias worked that DTM Saurav was talking about. However, we learned a lot from your speech as well. Please continue to join our meetings whenever your time allows. Joining
Absolutely.
from US.
It's almost 2:30 a.m. So I'm done. I'm done for this for today.
I can totally imagine how sleepy you might be at this point in time, but lovely to see you on camera, and thank you so much for the feedback. All right, quickly, let's hear it from our members. One highlight from today's meeting, Sreehari.
TMOD session. Topic was great.
TMOD session, topic was great. I think his vote is for you. Next, let's hear it from Meeta.
TTM was really related to the theme, so I liked it.
You love the TT topics. Rajesh was not there. Then Nandan.
I like the table topics.
Love the table topics. Yashwant.
Yeah.
One highlight.
I think the evaluation part was very comprehensive. It's good.
You love the evaluation. I can see members sitting online. Yogita.
I don't know. I loved everything. Specifically Toastmasters, Toastmasters Subhashini's topic.
Okay, you loved one TT speech. That's a highlight. Arsheen.
Saurav's TT and Aparna's evaluation.
Saurav's TT and Aparna's evaluation. Aparna.
I liked the table topics. All the questions were very different. For a change, it was very different, not the usual kind. And the answers were also quite smart that way. So I enjoyed that.
All right, these were the highlights from today's meeting. Okay, Saurav.
I like the Jenga that we were playing outside because we did not have a place to sit inside. Karthik and me. Yeah. Karthik lost like that.
All right, this is his smart way of telling me to book a better room next time. Last time, yes, we had bigger rooms all this a while. This time we booked a smaller room. However, I'm happy with the audience we have today. Rest assured, next time onwards, we will be meeting in the conference room right across the hall. Next Saturday, however, next Saturday, we are booking a much larger room and open space for the special meeting that I've already shared towards the beginning of the meeting, that we are going to have a special themed meeting, reclaim the rights, reclaim our nights. Sorry, reclaim the nights, reclaim our rights. And this special meeting, I want to see all of you to be here, people who are meeting in person and people who are sitting with us online. This meeting is about the RGKar incident that we have witnessed very recently, and we all are reading bits and pieces of the same information from here and there. Let's have a doctor, a teacher, a panel of people, a policeman to get more answers, the questions that we have. So for that particular meeting, we have booked an open space, an event hall in the same facility, 91 Springboard, Indranagar. People in Bangalore, I would really, really want to see you be with us in that particular facility. With this, everyone is waiting for the results. Let's hear on the results. How did we do on today's meeting? We have heard from our general evaluator, but our Janta has already voted for the role takers. Let's see. How did we do? We had two speakers. Let's first talk about the two speakers. The first one talked about cybersecurity and the second one talked about atomic habits. As per our audience, the better speaker for today's meeting goes to Dr. Nupur Deshpande. So congratulations, Dr. Nupur.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech, and thank you, Toastmaster Michael, for enlightening us about cybersecurity. Next, we have Best Auxiliary Role Taker. For Best Aux Role Taker, we had 4 participants. We had Timer, Toastmaster SHUBHAM, Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya as our counter, Grammarian, Toastmaster Mukund Joshi, and Listener, Toastmaster Rishi Rabindranath. And with the majority voting for the Grammarian, that makes Toastmaster Mukund Joshi as the Best Auxiliary Role Taker for today's meeting. Congratulations to Toastmaster Mukund. Next, we move on to the best role taker for today's meeting. Though we heard many of the participants today talking about table topic master, I'm sorry, you can already see the screen and the results here. The best role taker for today goes to table topic evaluator Arsheen K. And special thanks to Toastmaster Punith for bringing such an interesting theme. And I absolutely loved general evaluation session, Toastmaster Yogita. And thank you, Toastmaster Kamal, for such an amazing set of topics we had for table topics today. We will not have any polls for best evaluator, as we had only one evaluator qualifying for the evaluation polling. With this, Toastmaster Aparna Raja, hearty congratulations to you for being the best evaluator. Last but not the least, for best table topic speaker, we have got 8 table topic speakers today, and the chart is really, really colorful. However, the best TT speaker today goes to TTM Saurav Datta. Just a second. The two colors. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm messing with the colors here. This is pink, right? This is pink. This is pink. This is red. Okay. I'm so sorry for the goof up here between pink and red. The best table topic speaker goes to DTM Shravanti Valampatti. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for staying awake till 3 AM.
I hope she's still here.
Yes.
All right. I'm so sorry for the goof up and congratulations. No sorries to you. Your speech was also good. The training speaker, DTM Saurav. With this, I adjourn meeting number 193 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. People in the room, please stay back for chai samosa, and people online will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. IST. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye, everyone. Very nice to see you all.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye everyone.